The ceiling looms like a cathedral of stone, pressing its weight onto your chest until your breath feels stolen. Candles drip in endless streams, their wax curdling into pale stalactites, as though time itself is bleeding onto the marble floor. The crown is not gold, it is iron disguised, searing into the scalp of a child whose hair still smells faintly of milk and innocence. You hear the applause not as celebration but as a chorus of chains rattling. Every clapping hand feels like a nail driven deeper into the coffin of your childhood. They do not see you. They see a vessel, a womb wrapped in silk, a promise of heirs dressed in a girl's trembling flesh. The door shuts like a tomb. The chamber is draped in silk, but the fabric cannot hide the stench of fear. Candles flicker, their flames bending like witnesses too ashamed to look directly at what will unfold. The air is heavy with perfume meant to disguise the rot of duty, yet it clings to your throat like poison. You are not walking into a sanctuary, you are being led to an altar where flesh is offered as sacrifice. The bed gleams with embroidered sheets, pale and soft, but their beauty is deception. They are not sheets for sleep, not fabric for comfort. They are execution grounds, stretched taut to absorb the cries of a child. You lie upon them, bones still delicate, ribs still narrow, your body unready for the violence it is about to endure. Your heart races in frantic rebellion, a bird beating its wings against a cage too strong to break. But the bars are not iron. They are tradition, law, monarchy, all sharpened into chains that cannot be escaped. You hear footsteps, deliberate, echoing like the march of soldiers into battle. Yet this battle will be waged against your body alone. The chamber darkens as his shadow crosses yours, and you feel the world shrink. You are 13. You are trembling. But trembling is mistaken for consent, for obedience, for fulfillment of destiny. The first touch is not tenderness but conquest. The skin of your arms prickles with cold dread, your breath caught in your throat like a scream swallowed too soon. His hands are not hands, they are signatures signing your childhood away. His weight presses you into the mattress, and you feel the crushing silence of history approving, urging, commanding. Your cries are not cries, they are prophecies of heirs to come, twisted into music for courtiers who celebrate beyond these walls. You beg in silence. Your lips move, but no sound escapes that anyone will hear. The chamber's walls have ears, but not sympathy. Priests have declared this sacred, so the violence becomes holy. Nobles have decreed this necessary, so the tearing becomes righteous. You feel your body split, bones unready, flesh unformed, yet none of it matters. The kingdom demands. The kingdom takes. Each thrust feels like a hammer striking an anvil, pounding childhood into shards. The bed creaks as though it mourns beneath you, its wooden frame echoing the rhythm of violation. Candles sputter, dripping hot wax like silent tears. You bite down on the sheets, tasting the fibers, choking on the thread because your own screams are useless. Outside, voices chant duty, destiny, heirs, drowning your terror, baptizing your agony in the language of power. Your mind retreats, folding in on itself. You drift to the ceiling, watching your small body pinned beneath a man, a crown, a nation. You do not see lovers, you see predator and prey. You see monarchy feeding on marrow. You see yourself as carcass dressed in velvet, your screams stitched shut with words like honor and sacrifice. When it ends, there is no ending. You lie torn open, the silk beneath you now stained, the perfume curdled by the stench of sweat and fear. He rises as though nothing has been destroyed, as though nothing sacred has been broken. For him, it is ceremony completed. For you, it is the theft of self, the annihilation of innocence. The silence that follows is louder than the act itself, ringing like iron struck against stone. You stare at the canopy above, its golden embroidery a cruel joke. Heaven stitched into fabric, yet hell carved into flesh. Your body throbs with pain too vast to name, a cavern opening where laughter once lived. You curl into yourself, yet even this is denied, for already the whispers of heirs rise louder than your sobs. They will not ask if you are alive. They will ask if you will bear. And so the bed becomes battlefield, and your womb becomes the nation's war map. Every tear, every drop of blood, every shiver in your small frame is absorbed into the machinery of England's survival. You are no longer child, no longer queen, not even human. You are a vessel. You are a battlefield. And the war has only begun. Pregnancy does not bloom, it festers. It creeps like rot through wood, spreading unseen until the structure collapses. Each month you wake heavier, not with joy but with dread. Your ribs ache as if pried apart by invisible hands, your spine groans beneath the weight of expectation, and your breath shortens, each inhale dragging you further into suffocation. The body that once carried laughter now carries silence. The womb is not a cradle but a tomb where your childhood is buried alive. The chamber reeks of herbs and smoke, midwives hovering like crows circling a dying animal. Their whispers crawl into your ears. Omens of storms, whispers of curses, mutterings of saints and sins. Some say your suffering is holy, others say it is punishment, but all agree on one truth: the child must live. The child is destiny. You are background noise. You are scaffolding to be discarded once the monument is complete. Priests place their hands upon your swollen belly, their lips mumbling blessings that sound like verdicts. Each syllable weighs more than your fragile frame can bear. They see no girl, no queen, only prophecy in flesh. Their prayers are not for your survival, but for the crown's continuity. Even in devotion you are erased. Your nights are endless corridors of pain. You lie awake, staring at ceilings that bend under shadows, feeling the restless stirring inside you. Not a child, but an invader. Each movement twists your organs, sharpens your nausea, leaves you trembling in sweat. You want to scream, but your cries are dismissed as weakness. Weakness is treason. A queen cannot falter, even when she is a girl drowning in her own body. The courtiers wait outside, their smiles sharpened, their questions polite but poisoned. How fares the heir? Not, how fares the mother? Their concern begins and ends with the survival of the bloodline. You feel them peeling away your skin with their stares, calculating, weighing, predicting. You are a chalice filled with the kingdom's wine, and they pray you do not shatter before the feast. You lose yourself piece by piece. First, the months drag like years. Each day is another stone added to your chest, pressing until your ribs feel as though they will shatter. Your body swells beyond recognition, a grotesque sculpture of flesh stretched too thin. You whisper to yourself in the dark, words you barely believe: I am still here. I am still here. But the echo fades quickly, drowned beneath the kicks and spasms of a child who feels more captor than kin. And then comes the dread that coils tighter with every passing hour: the birth. Not miracle, not joy, but execution. You know it waits for you like a blade hidden in velvet. You know that the screams will not end when the child is born. They will echo forever in the marrow of your bones. You close your eyes, pressing your hands against the swell, trying to feel connection, love, anything beyond terror. But there is nothing. Only weight. Only chains. Only the promise of pain that will split you open, tear you apart, and demand you call it destiny.